style. I'm about to lock down.
Feel like in the real life, dripping all sauce in the good life. You shine, I shine, and ain't nobody gonna take mine. I just wanna be a boss. I would never ever fall. I feel like a boss right now. Talk to the man right now. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Feel like the man right now. Your girl on my line right now. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Shorty all up in my me. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. She love me in the gray sweatpants. You never left, yeah, did. Feeling like a boss, I done made it. Get so like a spaceship. I swear my life is amazing. Blowing money, no hesitation. Up, downs, no basic. I know these be hating, but that's what made me feel like in the real life.
Coach, we find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. A moment ago, through a shower of pyrotechnics, it was the hometown Broncos taking the field as they get set to do battle with the Kansas City Chiefs. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And as we see so frequently here in Colorado, that one over the end line, so it'll come out to the 25. Now Manuel. Escaping the pressure right. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. And the former Heisman winner, this is Mark Ingram. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down. Mark Ingram really coming into form in the NFL. First 5 years in the league, didn't have a 1,000-yard season, but he's done it the past 2 years.
Yeah, and I think a couple of reasons for that. Number one, offensive line has been rebuilt, and they put a lot of resources into that, and they've gotten better. Number two, he's had great running mates back there. Tim Hightower 2 seasons ago. Then last year, of course, the sensational Alvin Kamara. And last but not least, the defense is playing so much better in New Orleans. They don't have to throw the ball as much on offense. He can run the ball even more.
And that's off the mark, incomplete.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. A handoff. It's Mark Ingram. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Alan Bailey in on the stop.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Here's Manuel. Flushed out right. And that's complete to the tight end Hireman. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. The Broncos send out their punter now. Tyreek Hill back deep for Kansas City. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Well, pretty woeful there. Just 23 yards on the punt. And it's Chiefs football. 1st and 10. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 21. Play fake there to Hunt. Now Mahomes rolling to his right. And incomplete to open things up. Chris Conley, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And not too much going there as he'll get it up to the 23-yard line. The All-Pro Von Miller there on the tackle.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Foreseeing completion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. Throw left side, taken in by Hill. Losing 4 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
So the Broncos coming out now. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. And he'll find Sutton on the right side complete. 1st down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
Partner, he sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go, and let's see who's faster.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. He's got his tight end, Jake Butt, and they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A Bronco 1st down there, 12 yards on the play. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Ready! Blue 58! Blue 58!
This is Ingram on 1st and 10. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Back to throw here. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Back to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 26, and he'll take this down inside the 15-yard line. How about the big boys snagging one? You don't see that every week.
No, you don't, but a lot of them are just reliving their old dreams, going back to when they were in youth football and in high school. They didn't always play defensive line. Some of them actually handled the football, and you can see the flashback when he grabbed that one.
Oh, he bowls over him. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up first and goal. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Now Mahomes. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs are going to take a first-quarter lead. Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. Butker now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Broncos offense, they get set to head back onto the field. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first two drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
They'll run with Ingram here to begin the drive. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. The linebacker, Anthony Hitchens, there on the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Blue 58. Blue 58.
Now back to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. They'll set up a throw. He's got it to Ingram, complete. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Back alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Bronco football to begin quarter number 2, but likely not for long as they're in punt formation to kick it away. The Broncos send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Now this is fielded in the end zone, so a change of possession here on the punt. And the Chiefs will take over at their own 20. And now here comes Kansas City. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at the 20. To begin the drive, here's a handoff to Hunt. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
On second down, here's Mahomes, eluding the pressure right. And going deep for Hill. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 81 yards. And the Chiefs strike quickly here for 6 points. Butker now to add the extra point. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. Butker went away. And on the return, here comes Adam Jones. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. They'll set up to throw. And Sutton hauls it in over the middle. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one goes for 24 yards. Yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. This is Booker on the dump off. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play.
Blue 58! Blue 58! Hey, Zings!
They'll look to throw. Got a man. He finds Sanders. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A good pickup there, 26 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Royce Freeman, the first carry for the rookie. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. On 2nd down, Freeman. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
When you're putting together a formula for winning defense, it's exactly what we're seeing in this game. Controlling the line of scrimmage, attacking, and changing everything so that now they're playing in the offense's backfield. They're playing an excellent game.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Back to Denver right after this. The Broncos on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is going to be 3rd and 13. He'll drop to throw. This will be caught inside the 10. Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And movement by one of the Broncos up front, and in comes the flag. That false start knocks them back behind the 10 now as they'll try again, 1st and goal. They'll drop to throw. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Jake Butt, the tight end, his intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter. A lot of time to change things. They'll give it to him up the middle, and he'll fight his way down right around the 12. And the Chiefs are going to signal for and be granted another timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Looking to throw. Steps away to his... For Cortland Sutton, a special moment. Touchdown number 1 in his NFL career. As they are now on the board here in the first half. So that's the rookie's first trip to the end zone, and I think it's safe to say one he'll always remember.
Oh, without a doubt. That one is going to be imprinted forever. And nowadays, we're seeing rookies make a greater impact at that position at receiver than ever before. I think mainly because of the sheer volume of footballs that they catch in college.
Now McManus on to kick this one off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And out come the Chiefs now. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Darian Stewart there to bring him down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Mahomes going to hand it off to Hunt. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage is coming through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. On the run, this is Hunt. And he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. From midfield, here's Mahomes being chased out left. And he's got his receiver. That's Sammy Watkins. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. Hunt showing off the same form from a year ago as the Chiefs come up with a first down.
Black 58, Will.
Right back to him on first down. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Chiefs on top. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Ready for the start of the third quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. Here's the dangerous Tyreek Hill. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They run again with Hunt. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football. They just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
no, tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker board?
Yeah, those two.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And I think the Chiefs have it. They do.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hill. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his third touchdown of the game and fifth on the year. And the Chiefs use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Butker now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bronco offense now set to come back out onto the field. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise it's going to be a long day for you.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find the spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. This is caught by Hill for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Chiefs use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point splits the uprights, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Butker now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and in fact we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something.
Heads up. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 43.
Left.
They'll start with Hunt on the ground. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Z.
Play action. Now it's Mahomes. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of. Otherwise, he was going to get sacked.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
Ace! Ace! Z, Z, Z! Z, Z, Z! Z, Z, Z! Z, Z, Z!
To throw, it's Mahomes. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, didn't look his way at all in the first half. And I'll bet you the offensive coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
And Denver getting set to take the field. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Keenum going to lead the Broncos up now 1st and 10.
Hey, you're on an island over there. Single receiver. Hey, 17.
Stay high! Hey, 52! Stay high, we're good!
Now it's the backup Keenum. And the Chiefs are going to get him. D. Ford in there to drop him. And it'll be a loss of about 8.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Back to throw, Keenum. Left side here to Sanders. And they'll get him down here at the 23. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
To throw is Keenum. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 48, and they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. They'll begin the drive with Hunt. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Room to run inside the 40. And he'll get this down to the 39-yard line. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down.
That's a lot of beef thundering downfield off of the toss play, and it takes me back to when I was a kid and watching USC play. Remember the old toss that they ran? They used to call it student body right or student body left because everyone was out in front of the ball carrier. In fact, one of their favorite plays, it was called rose stem right or rose stem left, depending on the formation. 28 toss, and 28 toss was their bread and butter.
Throwing on 1st down is Mahomes, escaping the pressure right. And going deep for... This is caught by Hill for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 39 yards. And thanks to the interception, the Chiefs offense cashes in with 6. Extra point right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Butker now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Keenum going to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. And this is one of those bang-bang plays, Charles. Did the knee hit first or did the ball come out first?
This is where you need that 20/20 eyesight, don't you, Brandon? You've got to see which one happened first. If the knee hit the ground, then they will keep possession.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Ace!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That good for 19 and a first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Welcome back now to Denver. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4.
Slow!
They go play action here on 1st down. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal. Working from the gun, Mahomes flushed out, and he's going to go down. This will count as a sack, a very short sack, taken down at the 2. Derek Wolfe able to collapse the pocket and drop him for a loss of a yard. Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal. Here's Mahomes to throw. This will be caught at about the 6. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Chiefs just continue to pour it on. Point after, right down the middle. And that will extend this big lead. Butker now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now this Broncos offensive unit ready to head back out onto the field. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
Let's go.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays.
And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off here by Anthony Hitchens. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. Wow, between last week and this week, that's now 8 interceptions. 5 a week ago, now 3 here.
Well, he is so lucky that one of the defense coordinators I played for, a man named Ken Donahue, is not there right now because he saw that happen during his coaching career, and he grabbed the quarterback in the midst of a streak like this and said, tell you what, son, why don't you throw it to the defensive guys, and let's see if our receivers can intercept it.
Well, he's got to figure something out because the current formula is not working. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Mahomes. Flush to his right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
You don't want to throw away this excellent field position, but that's 2 incomplete passes in a row. Definitely need something big here on 3rd and 10.
Conversely, defense has done a good job on 1st and 2nd down. The coverage has been draped. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
We got three, fellas. We got 3.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. And incomplete here on 3rd down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. And the kick by Butker is good. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know, in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And Denver getting set to take the field. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. They'll give him 8 on the play, and it'll bring up a second down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
At 5 yards on the play there, as the drive will continue. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
22. On 53.
Throwing on 1st down is Keenum. And he hits his target, Deshaun Hamilton. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco 1st down. Keenum now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Here's Keenum. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll make this a 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Now the pitch to Freeman. And he stopped immediately there. Defensively, it was Tremont Smith with a tackle. Off the corner. Where'd he come from? Well, I guess he came off the corner, but really nice play.
I like when you're able to pose a question and answer it at the same time. That's exactly where he came from, but it's not something that you normally see. Most of the time, we're thinking about those guys covering pass catchers. In this case, he was a big factor in the run game. No gain.
From the gun on 3rd down, Keenum. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
4 down, 4 down.
Here goes the high. Like 20.
Check. 53 flight.
Hey, go Roger.
Now Keenum got to have this one. And he comes back with one complete. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage to the 35. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
Let's go, let's go. Here goes the high. Blue 20. Hey, go Roger. Hey, go.
Booker on 1st down. And not much running room. Down to the 32. It was Mitch Unrein that made the tackle.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. Running again, and again it's Booker. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down. The Broncos on third down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 9.
Hey, go, Roger.
Hey, check. 3 down.
Here goes the high.
From the gun, here's Keenum. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off near the 34. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard. And
Mahomes hit. He lost the football. But it looks like the Chiefs are going to get it back.
And a little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't able to get it back, but he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession for them.
Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long.
Slow. Ace.
Mahomes going to throw it here. Buying time to his left. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
Different pass rushes are designed for different things. Sometimes you want to keep the quarterback in the pocket. Sometimes you want him to flush. I don't know exactly how this one was designed, but they made sure they moved him to his right. He got out of the pocket. Unfortunately for him, he was hit as he tried to throw the ball, and that resulted in an
Hill's hit, and he lost the football. And this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well. Here's Dustin Colquitt now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And Denver getting set to take the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and give him some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
Back to the air. Keenum on 2nd down. Looking sideline, incomplete.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since.
Hey. 4 down.
Hey, go, Roger.
Throwing on 3rd down, Keenum. Throw left side complete. It's Thompson. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining.
Hey, 52. Here goes the high. Right 20. Right.
On 1st and 10, here's Keenum. And Sutton hauls it in over the middle. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as he'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game.
Let's go, let's go.
Keenum now 9 of 16 through the air as he's got it 1st and 10.
Very left. There goes the high. Right.
From the red zone, it's Keenum. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Right. Right 20. 22. 22.
Keenum will try again on 2nd down. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. And going deep for Hill. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end. But now this game is over. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking.